down, you know. Do you think he was faking it? That's what I think Frank and Don Charles implied after the fight. Do you think he actually was faking that?
He wasn't faking it, he was in pain, so he couldn't really fake it. He was in pain, and if you ever taken one of them shots before, you'd understand, but he was in pain and he couldn't get up.
Your career?
I think he's the best boxer. I think his record shows that he's top level guy, isn't he? Top level operator. You know, can't take nothing away from him, but yeah. At this level, they're all good, so I just need to be on my A game and focus, get right, and I'll go through him. I'll do the business.
And you know, obviously, how do you see the fight going?
A win.
A win?
Just a win.
And you're not looking for a knockout?
Knockout points, whatever happens, a win. That's my golden ticket. That's my prediction.
Daniel Dubois is back, and you can see it in his eyes. But this isn't just about payback anymore. He's after something much bigger. He's chasing greatness. In his own words, the real dream begins when you win all 4 belts. That's what this rematch with Oleksandr Usyk is about. A chance to become the undisputed heavyweight champion.
So Daniel, you are fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
Yeah.
This must be what you dreamed of when you were a child. Has all the kind of hard work you've been putting in, has it all kind of paid off?
I dreamed of winning it, so that's when the dream comes true. Once we win it, we have all the 4 belts, and we create history. It'll be amazing.
For Dubois, this fight isn't just another match. It's his moment to make things right, to rewrite history, to fix the past and walk away as the king of the heavyweight world. He knows the challenge ahead. Usyk isn't just skilled, he's one of the best technical boxers alive. Dubois respects that, but he's not walking into this ring feeling small or unsure. He's walking in with belief, with focus, with discipline that's sharpened in his last 3 fights. He's not stepping in to admire Usyk's career, he's stepping in to show he belongs on that same level. And that kind of mental strength, it only comes with time and hard lessons. Dubois is finally showing he's learned how to fight like a champion.
It's the second time you'll have fought Oleksandr Usyk. Is he the hardest opponent you've ever fought so far in your career?
I think he's the best boxer. I think his record shows that he's top level guy, isn't he? Top level operator. You know, can't take nothing away from him, but yeah. At this level, they're all good, so I just need to be on my A game and focus, get right, and I'll go through him. I'll do the business.
And you know, obviously you fought for your heavyweight title, but this for undisputed against Oleksandr, who is kind of known as the best heavyweight in the world. Will there be an extra bit of pressure?
Yeah, there's always fire in me. I'm always fired up for every fight I fight. So if it was, no matter who I face, with the odds on the line, I'm gonna be extra fired up to win this one.
Their last fight, it still leaves a bad taste. That one moment when Usyk fell from a body shot caused endless arguments. Was it a legal punch? Did Usyk overreact? But Dubois isn't making excuses. He's not saying Usyk faked it, he calls it what it was. A painful, surprising shot that hurt. Still, that's not where his head is anymore. He's moved past it, he knows the stakes now are way bigger. This rematch isn't about proving a point, it's about winning it all.
There's a body shot, is that low?
So you see that reaction when he goes down, you know. Do you think he was faking it? That's what I think Frank and Don Charles implied after the fight. Do you think he actually was faking that?
He wasn't faking it, he was in pain, so he couldn't really fake it. He was in pain, and if you ever taken one of them shots before, you'd understand, but he was in pain and he couldn't get up. I need to win now, I need to win. The difference between that fight and this.
What's really impressive is how much Dubois has grown. He talks about learning from failure, how the loss to Joe Joyce and that first fight with Usyk changed him. Those losses cut deep, but they made him grow. They forced him to become a better fighter. He doesn't run from those failures, he sees them as blessings. Every painful moment built the fighter standing here now. He's stronger, smarter, and more sure of himself than ever before.
I think I've shown that in my last 3 fights that I'm totally different. I'm more confident, believe myself more and whatever. But yeah, ready for
There you
it.
go. You've obviously been a kind of different fighter almost since that loss. Was the loss a kind of blessing in disguise for you?
Well, it's, just had to go through a few things, you know. Just got to go through a few things and become a new fighter, improved fighter, and learn from the pain, learn from the frustration of losing. And now I need to win. I need to just turn it around and make sure that when history is written about it, I was the winner. I'm a Hall of Famer, yeah.
Dubois even credits his father for helping him through the darkest times. His journey to this rematch has been anything but easy, and that's exactly what makes it powerful. This isn't just about titles, it's about proving something to himself and to the world. Winning this fight isn't just about a career highlight, it's about creating a moment that will be remembered forever. When people look back, Dubois wants them to say he rose when it mattered most.
And obviously the one figure that's always been in my life, my dad, just helped me get to this point. So yeah, it's all happens for a reason, I guess.
I think
He still remembers walking into Wembley Stadium in front of 96,000 people. That kind of crowd would overwhelm most fighters, but not Dubois. He remembers it all, the roar, the lights, the pressure, and yet he stayed calm.
Like the same place, does it? When it's so bright, but and that night, the whole vibe, the atmosphere, was electricity, wasn't it?
But even though there was 96,000 in the stadium, it kind of seemed like
That experience taught him how to stay steady under pressure. When the arena explodes and the crowd screams, Dubois blocks it all out. He sees only what's in front of him, the job, the mission, and that mental strength might be what sets him apart against someone like Usyk.
I think, you know, that experience of walking out in front of all those fans is gonna help you when you fight Usyk.
Yeah. As long as you got God on your side, I will help you. But the people watching and witnessing everything happen on the night will be really will go down in history. And yeah.
When it comes to predictions, Dubois isn't throwing out big statements. He's not saying he'll get a knockout or end it with fireworks. He just wants one thing, a win. Whether it comes through points or a stoppage, it doesn't matter. He wants to walk out of that ring victorious. That's the voice of someone who's been through the fire and knows what really matters.
So you didn't feel nervous? You didn't
No.
feel nervous at all?
Not at all. Not at all. The usual fight nerves, but nothing extra like a soccer.
And Daniel, just a kind of a prediction for this fight.
Even during the face-off, when things can get intense and egos flare up, Dubois stayed calm. He called it playful, just part of the build-up. He's done with all the drama and distractions. He's not chasing attention. He's locked in on what matters. This fight. He knows what's on the line. And this time, he's truly ready.
How come you decided to push him?
I was playful. That wasn't really nothing in it. It's one of them things. I think one of them things happens in boxing. Big fights like this, everything on the line. But you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing a press conference and just roll onto the.
As Dubois sharpens his skills and walks into this fight with a new sense of power and urgency, others are taking notice. Even Joe Rogan, who's seen every kind of fighter in the game, is paying attention. Rogan didn't say much, but his words carried weight. He called Dubois dangerous, but not wild dangerous, not sloppy dangerous. A calm, focused kind of danger, the kind that comes when a man truly knows what he's capable of. That kind of shift is rare, and people like Rogan notice when it happens.
Dubois is coming into his own, man. That's what that is. He's only like 27, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming into his. That guy's fucking scary.
We've already seen it. When Anthony Joshua stepped in against Usyk, he looked like he expected an easy night. But Dubois brought something raw, something uncomfortable. He didn't play it safe. He stepped in close and forced a fight. In that ring, Dubois wasn't just a contender, he was a problem, and that matters.
See,
It seems like Joshua believed that going into that fight. It seems like he believed that he was just gonna dominate him.
yeah, and he just got ruthlessly exposed. The power of Dubois. I remember I bought into it. I was like, okay, so I'll watch it, but you know, this is going to be a stepping stone match. It wasn't a stepping
The
stone.
aggression too, man. He was so aggressive. He was just in the pocket constantly, just forcing Joshua to go to war. It was wild.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't be surprised if he decked Usyk and went in for the finish and then walked on to one. I really wouldn't. This fight will be better than their first fight, make no mistake, because Daniel Dubois is a better fighter now. But he will bring out the best in Oleksandr Usyk.
Maris Bradis is arguably the fighter who's got closest to Usyk, albeit at cruiser, and he did that with that Bradis sort of action style, roughing him up and so on. Is that the way to get to Usyk, or is he so much better now than he was then that that's irrelevant?
I think he's much better now than he was then, because he's much more mature now and has much more experience.
That's what makes Dubois special. That kind of forward pressure, that aggression, it sets him apart. And it's not just fans who feel it. His coach, Don Charles, feels it every day in training. He's not talking theory. He's felt Dubois' punches, through pads, through protective gear. And even with all that padding, Don says the power is insane. It's not just hard, it's dense. It's the kind of force that makes you wonder how bad it would hurt without protection. Don admits he's a big guy, 130 kilos, and even he feels rattled when Dubois lands a shot. Dubois isn't the same man he was. He's evolved. He's become something else. Something dangerous. And Don says anyone who thinks this fight will be the same as the last one, they're dead wrong. Yeah, the power is something else, completely unreal. Don Charles says it's freakish. That density, it just doesn't feel normal. He's taken shots from other heavyweights. He's a strong man, built to handle impact. But even he says Dubois hits different. And that's with a full body kit on. Imagine what it does without one. He even laughs a bit, saying, God knows what's happening inside me, then warns, don't ever try that at home. Letting Dubois hit you with body shots isn't just painful, it's dangerous. Dubois has stepped into a new version of himself, a different beast entirely. If anyone thinks this rematch will be just like the first fight, they're wrong, very wrong. But even with all the talk about Dubois' power and growth, Don Charles can't completely count out Usyk, and for good reason. He says Usyk's greatest weapon isn't speed or skills, it's his ability to always figure out how to win. Always. From the amateurs to Olympic gold to dominating cruiserweight, then conquering heavyweight. He's faced giants, gone into their hometowns and beaten them again and again. Usyk's got that special something. He finds a way, no matter what. But there's a catch now. He's getting older. Still, not everyone is jumping on the Dubois hype train. Some see things very differently. Tony Bellew? He's not buying it. To Bellew, Dubois isn't on the same level as Usyk, not even close. He doesn't believe Dubois has truly earned this rematch. Instead, he sees it as Dubois chasing after a second chance, not because he's the best, but because Usyk is. From Bellew's point of view, Usyk is the one holding all the power, he's the champion now, he's the one everyone wants to fight, for the belts, for the money, for the legacy. Dubois? According to Bellew, he's just one of many lining up to get their shot. Dubois challenged Usyk after the fight, Bellew said. These guys are begging for the payday. They know who the king is. They need him. He doesn't need them. Bellew is crystal clear on this. Usyk is the top name in heavyweight boxing. He's the one calling the shots now. Then there's that old controversy. The body shot from the first fight. Some said it was a low blow, others said it was legal. Bellew doesn't hesitate. He thinks all the talk is nonsense. He says the shot hit the protector, and there's a reason it's called that, to protect. If you hit below the belly button, it's illegal. No arguments, no slow motion replays or biased opinions can change that. Bellew even points out how Usyk's shorts weren't pulled high like some try to claim. You could see his belly button clearly during the fight. He feels people twist facts to fit their own bias. Whether you're a Fury fan, Usyk fan, or a Dubois fan, people see what they want to see. In the end, Bellew says Dubois was down on one knee, not because of a bad call, but because he was done, exhausted, finished. Let's be honest, Bellew says. He'd hit the protector, that's what it's there for. And Dubois, he ended up on his knee. But not everyone is taking such a hard stance. Some are stepping back, looking at the big picture and admitting this isn't a one-sided fight. Chris Eubank Jr. is one of those voices. Instead of backing one man completely, he sees both sides. He sees two fighters with serious momentum heading into this match. Dubois, in Eubank's eyes, just shook up the whole division with a big win over Anthony Joshua. And that's not a small thing, but Usyk. He's still undefeated, still sharp, still mentally tough. Nothing's changed on his end. Eubank says this fight won't be about power, won't be about records. It's going to come down to something deeper. Mindset. Who's mentally stronger? Who adapts better? Who shows up ready to dig deep and push through when it gets ugly? I think Daniel Dubois is on a roll, Eubank said. He just beat AJ. Usyk is also rolling. This one's going to come down to mindset. And that's where the fight stands now. In one corner, you've got the new version of Daniel Dubois. Fierce, focused, full of belief. Everyone around him says he's changed, that he's not the same fighter Usyk saw last time. In the other corner, there's the technician, the genius in the ring, the unbeaten master, Oleksandr Usyk. And somewhere in between, there's a growing crowd that says this fight is too close to call. So what do you think? Has Dubois grown enough to shock the world and flip the script? Or will Usyk prove once again that there's simply no one in his league? The stage is set, the fire is burning. Let us know what you think in the comments below.